This time on Hot Shots. A $50,000 payday is still in Jerry's sights.
I could waste it on something, maybe a trip to Africa, go have some fun.
Exactly, yeah.
And Max struggles in South America.
This match is extremely difficult, and it's costing me because of it, and I need to figure it out quickly.
The Peacemaker National Training Center in Glengarry, West Virginia has hosted plenty of major matches in its short history, but none bigger than this week's inaugural TRIJICON World Shooting Championship. More than 150 elite shooters are here, and a $50,000 first place check is on the line.
50 grand wouldn't be a bad payday. I could waste it on something, maybe a trip to Africa, go have some fun. But as a competitor, I got to wipe that out of my brain. I got to think about the next stage of fire, staying honest, don't daydream, get the job done.
The only catch is that competing here means leaving your comfort zone. The stages cover a wide range of shooting disciplines, and rather than using your own equipment, guns and ammo are provided for you. The goal is to level the playing field and identify the best shooter in the world.
4, 5, 7.
What this event is all about is to see if you can come up on a different scenario with different equipment and apply yourself to the moment and be a good competitor. No matter who supplies the gun, what it is, rifle, shotgun, pistol, they want to see if you can adapt instantly to that format and have a good performance.
Jerry Miculek and the rest of the Super Squad are already deep into the match, and Jerry is doing everything he can to stay within striking distance of the leader, Daniel Horner of the U.S. Army Marksmanship Unit. Horner, who's become the most dominant three-gunner in the game, might be one of Jerry's fiercest rivals, but the mutual respect is evident in Jerry's willingness to offer advice and in the young star's willingness to listen.
Nobody does that. Okay. You know what I mean? Got it. Save you some time. Okay. Thank you. Like you need to save it. He's a good guy. He shoots hard. He trains hard. So I have a lot of respect for his ability. I don't mind helping him out a little bit, tidbit here and there on something or the other. Maybe he'll come around and help me one day.
Oh yeah, that's way better.
Yeah. But the only other thing you got to watch too, when you lever these things, you keep your finger forward, because if you ride the back of the lever, you know what I mean?
Got it.
So when you go to lever out with your finger here, so you don't impale it.
Okay.
There's that thumb thing.
Next up for the duo is cowboy action shooting. 13 plates over 3 shooting stations with a shotgun, lever action rifle.
That's the first time I ever shot a lever gun like that.
Yeah, that's cool,
that's
man.
neat.
And a single action revolver.
It's going to be a black sight on a black sight on a black target. So it's going to be very easy to miss, even though the targets are huge. These sighting combinations were made back in 1800s when they really didn't want to hit anything anyway. So when you try to shoot them fast, it's going to be a killer.
Horner is up first.
Good shooting.
Very nice.
1915.
Daniel.
Damn, we only had
His time is a solid 19.15 seconds. Jerry is the last in his squad to step to the line.
Being last on a squad here was kind of an advantage. I was watching the other guys go up and die for their country. I don't really want to do that. I want to kind of make it to the end. So there's some pitfalls, and I saw some guys fall into the pit. So I'm just going to walk straight and narrow and shoot my own game. Ready?
Stand by.
Jerry's performance is the best in his squad and 4th out of the match's 159 competitors. It's also enough to earn him some good-natured ribbing.
Down range.
Oh, that's cold, man. I just shot it solid. Tried not to miss. made it through, and a comment was made, hell, he was there when they actually made these guns back in 1800. So I kind of took that as a compliment, being the old fogey from the young guys. I want to say something like yippee-ki-yay or something. Or something.
When there's something you badly want, you'll often do whatever you're humanly capable of in order to get it. Such is the case with Max Michel and his pursuit of an Ep6 World Championship. With the once every 3 years World Shoot just 2 months away, every squeeze of the trigger is done with world domination in mind.
It's all in preparation for being the world champion because it's the only thing I haven't won yet.
Max's pursuit of a world championship has brought him to Ecuador this week. And so far, the language barrier hasn't been the only challenge.
This match is extremely difficult. I've been shooting for many, many years, and it's funny because I'm getting some of the locals coming to me because they know that I travel all around the world, and they'll say, you know, hey, Max, is this typical? Is this really supposed to be this hard? Or what do you think? Do you think it's hard or easy? And I say, it's extremely difficult.
Stand by.
He struggled through the first few stages. A challenge is what he wanted, and a challenge is what he's got.
All targets are very small and very far, and even the close ones are the extra small targets, so it's quite a bit different than what I was expecting to be here. I was expecting a lot of running and gunning, high-speed shooting on the move, and it's a good test. It's where I'm glad I came, because this could be what the World Shoot is like. This could be what, you know, we may see this in October, so plenty of mistakes are going to be made here, but my job is to make less than the next guys.
Ready? Stand by.
That was hard, man. It's almost like it's deceiving here. You know, the small targets are so small that you take so much time and aim. And then the big targets you just kind of shoot at.
I'm aiming at the harder, more difficult targets, and I'm just simply shooting at the larger targets, and it's costing me because of it, and I need to figure it out quickly.
Hot Shots is presented by Cheaper Than Dirt, America's ultimate shooting sports discounter, and sponsored by Daniel Defense, lighter, stronger, better, and by Mossberg and the 930 JM Pro, the official shotgun of Jerry Miculek. Hot Shots proudly supports the National Rifle Association. We'll even pay $10 toward your new or renewing membership to the NRA when you sign up through HotShotsTV.net. The first ever TRIJICON World Shooting Championship is winding down in the rolling hills of West Virginia, and Jerry Miculek is doing his best to keep pace with match leader Daniel Horner.
One thing about Daniel, he's the Army Athlete of the Year. You don't come by that cheap. He's trained very hard to be a top athlete. He's going to be a hard man to beat all the way around. He's a good competitor.
The next stage is designed like a three-gun nation classifier, with competitors using pistol, rifle, and shotgun from a single shooting box. Horner, the defending three-gun nation champion, has little trouble in posting a time of 21.76 seconds. Jerry is next. His time of 22.4 seconds is third best in the match and allows him to lose precious little ground to the leader.
That was better. That's hard on the elbow, though. I'm losing skin. I know elbow pad thing is rough on an old man. I'm happy.
Next, at the USPSA-inspired pistol stage, there's not a lot to be gained, but there is a lot to lose.
It's going to be pretty much everybody's going to be close. What you want to do here is not die and try to stay honest, try to get your hits, finish strong. You just don't get a penalty for missing. You can't tolerate a D. Okay. You can't.
All right. Is it worth slowing down and shooting all days?
Yes. Yes. At your level, yeah, when you factor it in. Yeah.
Stand by.
Horner heeds Jerry's advice. His time of 14.74 seconds is good enough for an 8th place stage finish. But Jerry runs into trouble. A pair of misses, exactly what he was preaching against, cost him dearly. His run places 42nd out of 159 competitors. His hopes of catching Horner are fading.
I had 2 misses, which is totally unacceptable. An extremely poor performance, and what I was really disappointed in as a competitor, I didn't see either miss. So I was shooting way beyond what I could see, or my trigger technique was way out of what I could control. It was all around just a total loser of an event.
At the Ecuador Open, things aren't getting any easier for Max Michel. He's struggled mightily as he's tried to adjust to the difficult setup of the match. And next up,
I'm just gonna sit on it just like this.
That's what I'm thinking.
is a unique stage that's almost certain to test his patience.
It's not very often I can say that I haven't done something before. And for me to get into a cart and roll down a track and shoot several targets while I'm moving, it's gonna be fun.
Stand by.
The run, in his eyes, is a disaster.
I failed miserably. That's what happened. No excuses, I just failed.
Sometimes fun doesn't mean good, and for me, that's what happened here. I shot the initial part of the course the way I needed to shoot it, and as I transitioned to the far left side, which was very difficult, small pieces of steel in front of no shoots, I needed to reposition my body in the cart. And instead of repositioning my body, I just drove my arms to that side. And when I did that, I wasn't lined up properly, and I just kept continuing to miss because I couldn't physically get my sight to where it needed to be.
But frustrated as he may be, Max knows that perseverance is part of any champion's pedigree. And on his next stage, things finally appear to be turning in his direction.
It went okay. I guess none of them feel great because the stages are so difficult, but I didn't make any mistakes there. So I'll probably gain some points back on this stage.
Max Michel's time in South America has been extremely popular with his fellow shooters.
Can you sign here?
And even the Ecuadorian media.
Exactly, yeah. I'm trying to shoot an international match every month leading up until the World Shoot. It's neat, you know, a little old boy like myself from New Orleans, you know, can be somewhat of an internationally known guy. It's pretty cool.
But with his time here winding down, Max's focus is on stamping his name to the first place trophy. And after a frustrating start, he seems to be getting his mojo back.
Finally a good one. I was pretty happy with this one. It's really teaching me that you have to stop and aim, everything. There's nothing you can take for granted at this match whatsoever. It was fun. Maybe I'm starting to pick up and I can roll with this now.
I'm finally comfortable now. I'm finally in that groove. I'm enjoying myself with the people, the culture down here, and just shooting better.
Stand by. Kind of finding the groove now, you know, just kind of picking up on the style of the match and how the targets are.
With a solid run on his final stage, Max Michel clinches the Open Division title. As he continues preparations for the World Shoot and his run at shooting's ultimate prize, Max knows there's still plenty of work to be done. Handgun Nationals is next, but Florida looms, and Ecuador has given him plenty to think about.
I've done some really, really cool things here. Some stages in particular I'm extremely happy with, and how I prepared for them and how I executed them. But again, it's a learning experience, and I've learned a lot here, and I know a lot of things I need to work on when I get back home.
It's down to the final two stages of the TRIJICON World Shooting Championship at the Peacemaker National Training Center in Glengarry, West Virginia. A $50,000 check awaits the winner, and Jerry Miculek is very much in the mix.
Even though I had a little bit of a disaster early on, I was able to recoup, and I'm shooting strong. I'm still in the top, looking at the $50,000 prize, so just want to stay honest.
A pair of sporting clays stages, 5-stand and double wobble, are next. The level of difficulty is off the charts.
It's not the Mossberg I expected.
This is where the match will be decided.
Off to war we go. There's no place in the whole match where I can gain so much and lose so much. It's just the way the round count goes and what the bird value is per shot. So this is the place to win and lose.
In 5-stand, Jerry is able to find success. His 19 out of a possible 25 points is 3 better than the match leader Daniel Horner, and 3rd best of the match's 159 shooters.
Shot it better than I thought I was, so pretty happy. The guns fit me pretty much exactly the way I'd like to shoot a shotgun, so it went pretty good.
But the match's biggest test will come on its final stage.
It's going to be like very interesting what's going to happen here. Woo. This would be like taking a stock service pistol, anybody's FNH or Glock, Smith & Wesson, and try to shoot a plate rack at 125 yards or something. Oh. These targets are extremely difficult to begin with, and the frustration level is going to really accelerate because they're worth so much. It's going to be tough. Oh!
The problems begin almost immediately.
Oh. Having a chance to take the shotguns off the rack and mount them, I knew instantly I was pretty much toast right there. Not a gun on the rack fit me anywhere close to where my eye was looking. It was like shooting a scope on a rifle you can't see through. I would have done better if I'd have shot from the hip. At least I'd have had some recognizable pointing reference. The way the guns were set up there, when totally unacceptable for who I am and how I'm built. It was just a loser all the way around. And as it progressed, it got actually worse. Oh!
Jerry hits just 6 of the 25 birds. He finishes in a tie for 73rd on the stage.
I had to aim 4 feet under what I was hitting. And when you shoot, you can't make yourself hold that far off. Oh.
Daniel Horner, meanwhile, hits 17, the best in the match. Just like that, Jerry's dream of a $50,000 payday is gone. Daniel Horner is the inaugural World Shooting Champion. Jerry finishes third.
Overall, my performance was acceptable. I would like to, of course, I'd like to have won, but where I was at the time is what I earned, so there it is.